Alright everybody, we're going to take a small little walk this morning. As you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day compared to what it has been. I decided I want to get out, let me spell this night. I decided I want to get out early because it's beautiful sunny weather is going to bring everybody out. And where I'm at, this is a very popular place that the Jeeps and everybody goes, and well, let's just say they're not very respectful. They just fly through here and act like fools. What I'm wanting to do, I'm wanting to see what's down here. Instead of driving, I'm gonna walk down there. I could drive down this as of right now. I don't know what's further down here, but as of right now, I could drive down this. I just don't want to because I don't know what's down here, if I can turn around or whatever. Tell you what, let me get you turned around instead of looking at my ugly mug. But I don't even have to pause it. I forgot. Hang on a second, folks. The camera's gonna get a little shaky. Hang on. I have forgotten. I'm using my little squeaky camera. The one that I have named Squeaky. I'm trying to make some adjustments. Bear with me. I've had this camera for years. This is that blue one I showed you. I'm hearing the Jeeps already. I knew this warm weather would bring them out. But anyway, this is that little blue camera I showed you. You probably hear it rattling and squeaking now. I don't know why I keep trying to keep it alive, but I just really like this camera. Anyway, we're going to walk down here, see where this goes. I think I remember this road. It seems like I've been on it. I can't remember at the moment. I know I've been all out in these woods. I'm sure eventually I'm going to see something that's going to jar my memory. But the main reason of getting out right now is it's been raining for the past 4 days here. Gray and gloomy, and I just, it's a sunny, beautiful morning. I just want to get out, take a little walk, stretch my legs. I've been cooped up, which I've gotten a lot done. As far as, I got my motorcycle. I don't know if I've said it yet, but I went and got my motorcycle ready to go for the season. Went and got it licensed and insured, and haven't ridden it yet. I need to do that. I need to go. I've got it stored well, I got it stored. I can't even say nothing no more because everybody wants to be so crazy. I mean, not you guys, but I'm just talking about on the internet in general. Everybody wants to be crazy, but I've got it in storage. We'll just say that I got it in storage. Here's a little creek. And I need to go get it out and start it up, change the fluids in it, run it a little while, and get it ready for the road. I've legally got it ready, paperwork wise. I just haven't gotten an actual bike out and messed with it. I mean, it's been raining and gloomy for forever. Another pretty little creek. Something shiny off in the woods, probably a piece of tin or metal, obviously, but yeah, piece of something. Obviously, it's a piece of something. Idiot. No, I'll go ahead and warn you. I'm sure you've already noticed. This camera it's highly outdated. The picture and the sound quality is not that great. I've had this thing, I really can't remember, to be honest. I've had it at least 5 years, at least. Because I know I had it back when I had the old blue van. I had it then, so That was 5 years ago, so I know I've had it at least that long. And then however long it's been on the market before I bought it. This is a very old camera. The technology is ancient and antique, so the picture quality, the sound quality, and the fact that it's really old, I know it's not going to be that good. But I just like this camera. I don't know why. I just like it, so I'm going to use it. That's how I roll. And I've mentioned it 1,000 times. I'm not trying to get rich and famous here on YouTube. I'm not trying to get 13 million subscribers and 290,000 views every video. This is just a hobby. I enjoy sharing what I do. Pretty little creek running through the woods. Now it's all muddy and murky because, like I said, it's been raining non-stop for days. A little bit more clear on this side. Wonder how that old tractor tire got back here. Well, I know how it got back here, but this all used to be farmland. And old tractor tire. I just realized that's why I like this camera so much. It's the supersonic zoom it has. That's why I enjoy it. But anyway, let me pause this and I'll bring you back if I run across something pretty cool. Alright, I'll see you here in a little bit. You hear all the frogs? But I've been walking a minute, and this is why I like to walk roads and not take off down in a van. We came from that direction, and as you can see, it's all rutted out and muddy there. It's all rough and up a hill right there. So I would have came back here and got stuck. I possibly could have turned around, maybe right here. I don't know, it'd been tough. I probably could have done a 20-point turn and got turned around, but that's the reason I walk these roads, to see what I'm getting into. Man, them frogs are loud. But this is why I walk them, to see what, what I might be getting into. Man, they're loud. That's a lot of frogs. I see an eagle's nest. It's going to be right at the sun, but I'll try to zoom you into it. Man, I can't see nothing. The sun's right in my eyes. And the eagle's on there. See the eagle? I can't hold it still because I'm zoomed in so far. Goodness gracious. I'm trying, folks. It's really hard to hold this thing that still, because it zooms in so far. I can see the eagle's nest with my eyes, but I didn't know there's actually an eagle sitting on it. So that's pretty cool. Oh yeah, there's no way I could get up this in that van. No way. It would destroy that little van of mine. But I'm gonna pause this and walk up here and see what's up here. I mean, obviously I'll never come back here with the van and try to camp. But now that I'm looking, I wouldn't come back here with the van. But what I could do, be a good spot for the motorcycle. So I can bring the motorcycle right in on that path. I can straddle them ruts. And I could very well possibly go back there somewhere. That's an ideal. I'll think about that. Alright, for right now, let me pause this. I'm gonna walk up this big old hill. Alright, I walked up the big hill and it kind of dead ended. Well, it didn't kind of. Right there's the road. It dead ended up here at the top of the hill with these power lines. This would be a pretty cool place to camp. Be a really good place to put the trail cam. If you'll notice, the eagle we was looking at, it's right there. Of course, I can't hold it still. But anyway, so now we know where this road goes. It goes to the top of the hill to Eagle Estates. And it looks like somebody at one time or another might have went down it. No, I thought this was a road. It's just, man, that's deep. I'll have to walk that one day, see where it goes. We're way off over in there somewhere, camping. Not too awful far. I haven't been walking a long time. I don't know, I didn't even look at my watch. I've probably been walking 45 minutes or so, 50 minutes on that gravel road. So we're not too awful far away. Yep. So what are my plans? I don't know. I was hoping you knew. Today, I'm just going to spend as much time trying to watch where I walk. This is nothing but solid mud. But today, I'm going to spend as much time outside as I can. Because like I said, I've been cooped up for a few days with it raining and gloomy and stuff. Now these trails, I'm pretty sure I know where they go. Not 100%, but the lake or the river, now I don't know exactly how far. It's probably 30-minute walk or so. I'm just guessing, because I kind of recognize where I am now because of that power line. I've actually walked that power line before. So I know the lake or the river, whatever you want to call it. It's this direction, but I can't remember how far. I mean, it's a pretty good little hump. You're not going to get there in 2 or 3 minutes. And I don't even know if this trail actually goes to it. I'm just assuming it does. That's where everybody likes to go and hang out, so we'll walk down here just a second. See if we can get a better view. It's all rutted out. Man, they've destroyed this land here. It's probably not shown on this old 1920 camera, but they have destroyed this. Look at them big old holes they've hollowed out. And what's sad, they got areas, OHV areas, where they can go ride the little Jeeps and whatnot, and they can actually do that. They can actually, they pretty much designate the area where they can waller in the mud and destroy the ground. But yet they want to come out here and destroy all this. And one of these days they're going to take this away from us. And the little yahoos that's come out here and threw their trash on the ground and destroy the land, they're going to be the first ones crying because it's gone. It's kind of sad that people's got to be so selfish and, you know, well, I'm just not going to get into all that. That's kind of, you know, that gets my nerves rattled. How people are so selfish and entitled. And then when we lose our privileges, they're the first one that cries. All right, that's enough of that. We're not going to talk about that no more. Because I could go on all day with that subject. Because I'm out here, I see it. I see it happen all the time. I've been out here on these roads. I'm not just talking about this area here. I'm talking about all of the United States. I've been out here several years. And I'm slowly seeing places getting taken away from us. For this very reason. And the biggest reason mainly is trash. people just throw the trash on the ground and destroy it, and the landowners, they're just part of it. There's a place, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Yeah, well, I'm not going to spend all day doing that. But there's a place out in Wisconsin. It was free. Kind of, I wouldn't call it a park, but kind of a, I don't know. I really don't know what it's called. It was privately owned land. But it was wooded. It was about 200 acres. It was wooded, had a big lake, and the landowner allowed people to just come out there and hang out around the lake, and you could tent camp there. And of course, me being in a van, you know, I would just camp out in the parking lot, but not really in the parking lot. It was just a kind of a, you know, road kind of like this. It just went to open field. And I went there probably about 2 years in a row, something like that. The first year was awesome. It was clean, had fun, hang out by the lake. I did a little fishing. I passed through the area the second year. I noticed a lot of graffiti. They was spray painting on the cotton picking trees. Trash on the ground. It was sad looking. Well, the third year I went through there, this is a route that I take quite often when I go north because of certain areas I like to go to. But the third year I went through there, it was chained up tight, no trespassing signs, no, you know, they had cables across the road where you couldn't go through, and the landowner, he actually had a sign out there. It was long, but the short version was pretty much because people disrespected his land and abused the right that he allowed to him, he took it away. And I don't blame the guy at all, or girl, whoever owned it, but I don't blame them at all. I blame the people, the yahoos that went out there and threw the beer bottles on the ground, breaking them, and spray painting trees, and just acting like complete fools. That's who I blame. Anyway, that was I got sidetracked chasing that rabbit, didn't I? But that's what I was saying. I've been out here for years. I've seen it a dozen times. Places getting taken away. When I first started doing this, of course, I'm not the first one to ever be in a van. I'm not trying to say that. But hang on a second, folks. I'm turning you around. I know the camera's acting all weird and crazy. It's because I'm turning you around. But I'm not saying I'm the first one to ever be in a van. But whenever I first started doing this, it wasn't very common. You didn't see a whole lot of people out here vanning and living in an RV. It still ain't right. Hang on. How's that? Oh, I know what's wrong. You gotta tighten it up, you big old goofball. There we go. But yeah, it wasn't very common. That bird scared me. I mean, there's a few folks. You would see one or two vans. I'm talking about me crossing the United States. I might see one or two vanners, maybe possibly an RV. But it wasn't common. I started doing this before it was a cool thing to do. I think the only ones you really saw out here was me, Brian, you know, Venture Van Man, James, one of this estate, which he's passed away. He's gone now. I miss James. He was a good friend of mine. Of course, Eric, Nomadic Fanatic, and Justin Incredible up in Canada. I think he was doing it then. There was Static Camper Van. There was only about 5 or 6 of us. Jed, into the Mystery 13. But there was only about 5 or 6 of us that was really out here doing it. Or, I should say, in the public's view out here doing it. I'm sure there was hundreds of people across the United States, but you just didn't really see them. But as the years went by, I've noticed, you know, it became the cool thing to do. I started seeing vans just popping up everywhere. Pulling in Walmart. Walmart looked like a campground. That's when, anyway, the point I'm getting at, that's when I started noticing campgrounds and public parks and stuff starting to get trashed, and places like this all of a sudden was getting trashed and being taken away from us. And out west was the worst. Holy moly. I'm not going to name the group, but they're very common out west. Well, yeah, I will name it. They like to call themselves dirty kids. And they're not all bad. I've met a few that are, that's alright. But most of them are selfish, inconsiderate, entitled brats. And their goal is, and they've admitted this, I've heard it with my own ears, their goal is to see how much stuff they can steal. That was their exact words. Like they would sneak in campgrounds, paid campgrounds, ones you got paid for, steal showers. They go in truck stops, steal food and drinks, beer, whatever. I'm not gonna name it all. This come out of these two people I was talking to, come out of their mouth. Their goal was to see how much they can steal. and they destroy everywhere they go. You go out to Arizona, you go out to like Quartzsite, there can be a spot, won't be a single piece of trash on the ground. These people come in, stay 2 weeks, leave, and it looks like a landfill. I mean, it's gross, it's disturbing. I stayed in Quartzsite for a whole year one time, through the winter and through the summer. So I got to see the actual true Quartzsite. And everybody rolls in this town. This is a small town, limited resources, and yes, they rely on the snowbirds. I mean, a lot of money's brought in there, but most of the locals don't want the RVers there. They don't want them there because they come in, completely destroy the BM land, the desert, the town, could just completely destroy it. Then they pack up and leave, and the locals have to clean up the mess. And I've seen it with my own eyes. I've actually got a video on here somewhere where I show you the desert, what it looks like a little bit before everybody shows up. Then I go back to the exact same places and show you after everybody leaves. And it looks like a landfill. It's horrible. I don't mean 2 or 3 bottles or cans on the ground. I'm talking about piles of trash. It's piled up as high as me. It's disgusting, really. Anyway, we're not going to sit here and talk about all the depressing stuff. What we're going to do, we're going to continue walking in these woods today. It's only supposed to be like 52 degrees today, but the sun's shining, so it's warm. It feels great. I'm not going to bore you much more with this, because this is pretty much all it is. I'm probably going to stop around here a little bit in these woods and see what I can find. Anywho, if you see more video, I guess I found something cool I want to show you. And if you don't see any more video after this, then I didn't bring you back, obviously, and I went on about my day and did what I do. But I'm going to pause this camera and keep on enjoying the day. I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to poke around these woods a little bit. I'm starting to recognize where I am now. I just don't hardly ever travel on these roads. I'm usually out there walking. But now that I'm looking around, I'm starting to recognize this area. I think I've been here a couple times. Yeah, I'm gonna go on about my day. I hope y'all have a good day. Get out and enjoy it. Whenever you're seeing this. And yeah, if I don't bring you back, I appreciate you coming here and stopping by and hanging out with me. Hope to see you again. And if this happens to be the end, it could be, I don't know. But if it happens to be the end, then God bless you. Till I see you next time.